June 24th. Fancy meeting you here. Grab a coffee and let's get smarter together. A few days ago I used the phrase exploration as a grassroots up. And somehow this seems to go against everything we think we know about how discoveries about the physical universe are made in lonesome rooms by smart men. That's an area reserved to the highly intelligent and even higher educated. Have you ever considered, though, that we have been talked into believing something that has no basis in the realities of the physical universe? Just for a moment, I want you to give in to this doubt and focus here. On the tip of my nose, how does a single cell here know what a nose looks like? It's a requirement to be part of a crew shaping one, right? No. A single cell doesn't know how the nose is supposed to look like it helps to shape. It doesn't even know that something like a nose exists. Therefore, it can't even be its goal to shape one. What's more, no cognitive light cone of any single cell is big enough to formulate such a goal. But single cells shape noses and eyes and livers and brains and so much more. Because when they come together as a cellular collective, such big goals and even bigger ones become possible. How? Well, every cell is a single observer who reduces every event spectrum in the quantum universe that it observes to one point. The cat that in the quantum universe exists in any possible condition on the perfect to dead continuum, for example, is by the single cell observed as dead. But another cell observes the same cat as better but still breathing, yet another cell observes the same cat as slightly roughed up. When the three cells get together to become a network in the case of cells by merging, they all bring their observations with them, their models of the universe, and join them. 2 out of the 3 observations that get incorporated are always observations that the other cells couldn't know about, since every observer always reduces an event spectrum to one point. Only joint observation can tell us, 1, that the status of a cat is a spectrum, and 2, what the minimum length of a spectrum is. By adding even more observers, the chances get higher that all spectrums in their whole length are discovered. Hence, the joint model of a universe is always more complete and true than the individual model in a way only corporation can achieve. In the end, the network, because of its multi-perspectivity, will have more computational properties. This collective intelligence allows the network to better define what is needed, information only the joint model of the universe provides, how far the current state is away from the optimum, and what it takes to reduce the delta. The network will incentivize the cell at the tip of my nose to fulfill the task of a skin cell and split or stop splitting when it's time, and that's it. But just because the cell will never understand why it does the jobs required from a skin cell or splits and stops splitting doesn't mean its perspective. Its input isn't irreplaceable, nor does it say something about its worth compared to another cell, or the network as the network, for example, doesn't know what exactly the job of a skin cell entails or how a cell splits or stops splitting. It just gives the order. In a collective intelligence, each part explores first equally, and only on the way back down the gained knowledge, while it remains accessible for all, is exploited in specialized ways by different parts. And that's the same for humans, irrespective that we start as collective intelligences and irrespective that we don't merge but use overlapping selves as a mechanism to knit collective intelligences. We are still observers in a quantum universe whose the collective's computational properties will increase with the perspectives that are incorporated in such a way that there's constant exploration by all parts and a back and forth of information between the parts. The more diverse the perspectives are, the greater the chance the lengths of the spectrums are fully discovered, the greater the problem-solving ability under all circumstances, the bigger the payoff. That's why many of the very early barriers that look over the top are those of people with visible abnormalities that promise a very diverse perspective. Our ancestors recognized the gain of collective intelligence these people had added to their network simply by contributing it with their diverse perspective. We today scam ourselves out of possible gains by giving only a few people permission and the conditions to explore, and explore only in an insular way. Let's break free. Explore, as known as thinking. Make a habit out of thinking. Let's turn thinking into the norm again. Like, comment, share, and follow, lest you miss a single opportunity to improve yourself and society. Once you do, we'll meet again at the coffee pot.